Welcome to a special edition of The Edge with the Cliff. This is just a letting you know I'm okay type of message in such a way that I can let you see that I feel much better than I looked the last time you saw. If you look at the screen there, you'll know that we've documented this for you, and this is actually the first video that we're going to be putting up on clifcam.com, clifcam.com, clifcam.com. On Sunday, October 2nd, at approximately 10:30 a.m., Clif Desmond was already in cardiac arrest after calling 911 during an intervention when a family member was in need of paramedics. Clif then stepped outside to sit on the patio in his Fort Pierce home to wave in the paramedics because 911 had been called during this intervention with a family member. Okay, and it wasn't me. Okay, but the paramedics were there when I dropped suddenly and fell backwards. And well, from there, the next thing I remember was waking up with tubes down my throat in a hospital the next day after 8 hours of surgery. So, well, you see, the ambulance and deputies had arrived on the scene. Clif's head went back and fell back, of course, on the chair sitting on against this outdoor wrought iron rocker, slider, glider, whatever you want to call it. It was up against the wall, the outside of the house. So had I gone back too far, the wall would have prevented anything. But I went back enough to where the deputies and the paramedics who were already there spotted that. Had they not been there, I might not be here right now. Okay. So I was then transported to Lawnwood Regional Medical Center and Heart Institute, where I underwent 8 hours of emergency quadruple bypass surgery. All righty. And you know what? I know how loving a lot of you people are. I know a lot of you personally. And I do know there are those that always feel like they have to just somehow, if any way they can, reach out and help. Well, my family and I have thought maybe you should make a donation in my name to the WPSL Christmas Kids. Send them a check payable to the WPSL Christmas Kids, 4100 Metzger Road, Fort Pierce, 34947. I'll give that again in a moment. But you can also help out because once you realize what's going on in our own neighborhoods all around us, there are homeless people all over the place in St. Lucie County, and there's no better 501c3 that I can think of to support when it comes to the homeless folks. I'm not talking about feeding them. I'm talking about giving them personal sanitation products. It's called CareBag Inc. www.givecarebag.com. That's all you got to do. Click that givecarebag.com and get on in there and make a contribution. And just make a notation somewhere there that Clif sent you. Okay. And Roxy's doing some really hard work out there. And I don't want to see her end up like me, working too hard to make things happen. Hey, whatever you can do for CareBag, you're doing for a lot of folks, the folks who can't pay you back, the folks who you're really helping when you give, the folks who really, really need it. Like, could I imagine what it would be like if I were out on the streets homeless? And usually stuff like that usually happens around after surgeries and things like this, emergency situations, and they can't work anymore. Lucky me, I can still remain working if I want to. Okay, so anything that you can do for the WPSL Christmas Kids or CareBag Inc., it's www.givecarebag.com. A 501c3, very well worth your support and my high recommendation if you want to help me, because if you can make me feel good by taking care of the Christmas Kids and CareBag, I'll get better a whole lot faster if I feel good. The better I feel, the better I get. And I know the healing's going to take 6 to 8 weeks before I'll be back in full swing on the radio, I'm sure. And I'll want to go back early, and of course they've already stated, and I've already admitted, I really don't feel like I can come back that fast from this. This is major. So I'm going to take it as easy as I can. I'm doing all the walking that the doctors tell me to do. And I got this other little gadget here. This, I'll have to sit back so you can see it. Wow, that was weird. Okay. It's a, all right. It's a pillow. It says Lynnwood Regional Medical Center and Heart Institute. It's a heart-shaped pillow because if you've had your chest sawed open for heart surgery, like quadruple bypass surgery, stuff like that, well, when you're healing, dangerous things can happen if you cough. Dangerous things can happen if you lift upward with your arms, outward with your arms, even downwards. You can't use your arms to sit down in a chair. You have to hug the pillow, and it has to completely squeeze the sternum tight, especially if you have to cough. Or if you get me started laughing, that'll hurt too. So for coughing, for laughing, for getting up, for getting down, it's all about the pillow. Okay. And hey, you've got to take care of yourself. I'm telling you, when this stuff happens to you, it's real. Then you look at it from a distance when it happens to somebody else, and what happens. Okay, so we've got a little donate button down the bottom there, because you see, oh, well, what's in it for you, Clif? What's in it for me? Well, I already got what was in it for me. What was in it for me was a massive heart attack. Okay, in which during which time I actually passed twice and was defibrillated with a probably they tell me it's the biggest defibrillator they've ever seen. Of course, family members kind of exaggerate things when they're big and scary and they don't know where they are. But I'm in good hands. Everybody's been very, very cooperative as far as not getting the old guy all stirred up. But there's a donate button which goes directly to my PayPal. And you know what? If you throw me a cup of coffee every other day, as long as it's Starbucks, well, it doesn't have to be Starbucks. Just send me a cup of coffee or a lunch or something like that. I'll worry about the co-pays and all the medications. In fact, we've got things underway where the plans are underway for everything's going to be all right. And like I tell my buddy Sam to tell you all, and it feels good to hear this said to you, so I'm going to say it. Everything is going to be all right. Okay, you got that? All right, until next time, Clif Cam with one F, CLIFCAM.com, clifcam.com. We'll keep you updated right here